Welcome to Drifted Dreams, your go-to channel for everything automotive, where we dive deep into the world of classic cars, modern machines, and all things that make car enthusiasts' hearts race. Today, we're taking a closer look at a true American muscle legend, the 1971 Plymouth GTX. This beast from the golden era of muscle cars is one of the finest representations of raw power, stunning design, and the spirit of the early 70s automotive engineering. The 1971 Plymouth GTX was part of the third generation of the GTX line and stood out as a unique blend of luxury and muscle performance. Known for its aggressive appearance, the GTX had a distinctive split grille and sculpted body lines that made it look both powerful and sleek at the same time. It carried an unmistakable presence on the road, and even today, it turns heads wherever it goes. Plymouth designed the GTX for those who wanted serious power without sacrificing comfort and style. This model year also featured a wider and more aggressive stance compared to its predecessors, making it one of the most memorable designs of the muscle car era. Under the hood, the 1971 Plymouth GTX was a powerhouse. It came standard with the 440 cubic inch Super Commando V8 engine, capable of producing a heart-pounding 370 horsepower. But for those seeking even more performance, Plymouth offered the optional 426 Hemi V8, a legendary engine that churned out a whopping 425 horsepower. This level of power was extraordinary for its time, and it ensured that the GTX could go toe-to-toe with any muscle car on the market. Paired with either a 4-speed manual transmission or a 3-speed automatic, the driving experience was both thrilling and engaging. The roar of the V8 engine and the feeling of the car's raw power under your feet made it a car that demanded respect. The performance of the 1971 GTX wasn't just about straight-line speed. It also handled surprisingly well for a muscle car of its size and weight. The front and rear suspension were designed to provide better control and stability, making the GTX more than just a drag strip machine. It was a car that could handle the curves while still delivering a comfortable ride, thanks to features like power steering and front disc brakes, which were becoming more common in higher-end muscle cars of that era. The inclusion of these features also made the GTX a more practical car for everyday use, something that wasn't always the case with muscle cars of the time. When it came to interior features, the 1971 Plymouth GTX didn't skimp on comfort. The cabin was well appointed for a muscle car, featuring bucket seats, a center console, and wood grain accents that gave it a more upscale feel. Drivers could also enjoy options like air conditioning, an AM/FM radio, and even a cassette player, making long drives more enjoyable. The combination of performance and luxury made the GTX appealing to a broader range of buyers, not just the typical muscle car crowd. It was a car that could deliver on the track but also provide a comfortable and stylish ride around town. While the 1971 Plymouth GTX was undoubtedly a high-performance machine, it also came at a time when muscle cars were beginning to face challenges from rising insurance rates and tightening emissions standards. As a result, production numbers were relatively low, making the GTX a rare and sought-after collectible today. Its scarcity only adds to its appeal, and for collectors, owning a 1971 GTX is like owning a piece of muscle car history. Restored models and well-preserved originals can fetch high prices at auctions, but for many, the value goes beyond the monetary. It's about owning a car that embodies the power, style, and freedom of the muscle car era. Driving a 1971 Plymouth GTX today is like stepping back in time to an era when cars were built to be loud, fast, and unapologetically bold. The sound of that big block V8 rumbling through the exhaust, the feel of the manual transmission as you shift through gears, and the rush of acceleration as you press down on the gas pedal, it's an experience that's hard to replicate with modern cars. While today's vehicles might be faster, more efficient, and packed with technology, there's something special about the raw, unfiltered driving experience of a classic muscle car like the GTX. It's a reminder of a time when cars were built for pure driving pleasure. In conclusion, the 1971 Plymouth GTX stands as one of the icons of the muscle car world. Its combination of power, style, and performance makes it a favorite among enthusiasts and collectors alike. Whether you're a fan of classic American muscle or just appreciate great automotive design, the GTX is a car that commands attention. If you enjoyed this look into the 1971 Plymouth GTX and want to see more reviews, features, and deep dives into the world of cars, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Join the Drifted Dreams family as we continue to explore the best that the automotive world has to offer.